Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even keel. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
They'll stick with him again. And nothing doing on that run. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We have an early third down coming up.
It's now 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They'll be let out by their rookie quarterback taken in the 3rd round of this past April's draft.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, maybe a couple there. It's third down. They'll throw out of the gun. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. To the right side here, pass is caught. A pickup of 12 yards. That's enough for a first down. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
At the 16-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment defense. Still first down.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Pioneers. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Oilers offense ready for their second possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. And that's not going to yield a whole lot, up to about the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, he'll throw, and that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Back to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. Call it a gain of 13. First down for Houston.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
He'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. 3rd down. 3 to go. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. What a pickup, a gain of 18, and it sets up 1st and goal.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Now they'll set up to throw. Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Oilers.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
The extra point is good. And the Oilers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Pioneers offense ready to get back to work. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the... The ball comes out. It is picked up by the defense. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
The Oilers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved.
And that big offensive line clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Houston. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Pioneers offense ready to get back at it. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw, taken in.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
At the 41-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
And he's going to be out of bounds after a pickup of about 4, but that is enough to keep the drive alive. 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
So after 1, 14-7 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now from the gun. Oh, he gets a good read defensively and intercepts it. And the Oilers are going to get the football, and they'll have it just past the 20-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Oilers offense ready for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another 1st down.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll look to throw again. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And that ball incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down for Houston. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. They'll look to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. But there, fortunately, this one didn't end.
To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Oilers. Point after, coming up here. The kick is good. And the Oilers will take a 21-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. Now an opening past the 30. The Pioneers offense ready to get back at it. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Thrown left side. The catch is made. Now a 3rd and 2. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
36-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. This one caught at the 4. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Pioneers.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass. But really, everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 72 yards. Touchdown, Houston. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Pioneers 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground, and he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. That's into traffic, but taken in. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I continue in just a moment. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw taken in. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. 1st down and goal. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways. And they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in this 11-point game. As we send you to Orlando, we'll check in with the coach. Jonathan Coachman has the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you have to think,
set to
the
commence.
team whose defense shows up in the second half
underway
is going to be the
EA
one who
Sports.
walks out of here with a victory.
From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quickly to the outside and complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect. Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides. He'll drop to throw. Throwing right, it's taken in. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
First down, Oilers.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. That one incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. They'll begin here on the ground. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. This one complete right side. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
To the ground, a first down run. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll throw out of the gun. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Open man, left side. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Following the penalty, they'll run it. Trying to avoid tacklers there, but the ball is out. But this is taken in by a teammate. Here's 2nd and 9.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
They'll look to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. And this defense plays it beautifully. They knock him back to the 7. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, he'll try to keep it going. He'll start this drive by keeping it himself. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a first down.
1st and 10 now from the 36. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Take it on in. Touchdown, Pioneers. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
That keeps the score
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Ball start, offense.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. And that is incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on 2nd down. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
It's almost like the defense knew the back was getting the ball there, because from the moment the ball was snapped, there was a defender all over him, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
The Pioneers sending out their punt team. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. A fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. To the right side here, pass is caught. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now a give up the middle, and he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
So you find yourself with a lead here in the second half, and up until this point, I think he's done a pretty good job being a contributor to that, but you don't want to give the defense a chance to spark the comeback. You're trying to put him away late, protect the ball, safe throws. Don't be afraid to get to your check down. One bad read, one forced throw can be all you need to flip this game on his head and find yourself going with a lead late to falling behind.
The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
There's that man again. Another catch.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he's in! Touchdown Pioneers! What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
And he will get into the end zone. The conversion is good, and the lead is up to 3 here in the fourth quarter.
There was no hesitation from this offense. Immediately after they scored that touchdown, the entire sideline was holding up 2 fingers. They knew exactly what play they wanted. They felt great about it coming into the game, and clearly the right choice.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Oilers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he will have this at midfield, forced out of bounds there. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down. And before the snap, we have a whistle. And this could very well be a false start.
Offense.
Back to throw. Going for it all. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. They get 16 on that connection. 1st down for Houston.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
The Oilers sending out their punt team, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Back to the air once more on second down. That is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Throw across his body is complete. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's fourth down. The Pioneers send out their kick team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And the Pioneers are going to get the football at their own 40.
This is something we see so often out of these young quarterbacks, Mike, is their inability to manipulate the defense. They kind of telegraph where they're going to go with their ball, with their eyes. And I'd love to see him the next time when he gets to the top of his drop. Look off the safety. Hold some of the underneath defenders from where you ultimately know you want to go with the ball. A lot of that just comes with experience, and sometimes you're going to gain that experience the hard way.
They'll run. He'll try the left side now. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They'll try to get this one on the ground. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. On fourth down, out comes the punter, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried. Oh, a loose football. The defense has it.
And there is the backbreaker, Mike. The one thing you can't have late in the ball game is a turnover. You already are up against the wall. You know you need a late score here to come back from behind. And let's give credit to this defense. They know they were a stop away from victory. And after forcing that late turnover, it looks like they're going to seal this one.
Pioneers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Oilers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Got a man left side. It's caught. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Got his man at the 6. And he'll be out of bounds at the 5.
First and goal, Houston.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. Back to the air one more time. That is caught, and this is going to be a touchdown. A game-tying TD here in the final minute.
Well, there's still some time remaining, but what a sequence of events here, Mike. I mean, late in the game, they get the touchdown that they needed to tie it, and now they can take the lead with the extra point.
So, not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. A critical extra point is up and good. They have taken a 1-point lead here in the late stages of this one. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Pioneers offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. He'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Fires left sideline. That is complete. His 11th grab of the game. And a first down. They'll look to throw yet again. That is incomplete. So the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. They'll come up now for 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Pass interference. Defense.
So now, a big spot coming here. This to win the game. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.